This is going to be Atlantic versus Pacific.
And this is where it could get crazy.
The best players in Overwatch, that's why.
Do you have any idea how good of a player every single one of these guys are? It's insanity. This is the top percent of the top percent of the top percent.
Pacific roaring into this match.
The Pacific team, let's go!
The Atlantic Division All-Stars.
Time for Atlantic to strike here.
What is sure to be a blockbuster of a match.
Pacific Division not going down without a fight.
Oh, what a play! He's having a bit of fun with it, and why not bask in the glory?
Atlantic Division, Pacific Division, doesn't matter. Now everybody's smiling, everyone having a good time. It's All-Stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blizzard Arena. We're coming at you live from Los Angeles, California. What up, everybody? Hello to you too. Hello. Welcome, everyone. That one guy. Oh! All right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Golden Boy, and it is a pleasure to be back here once again in the Blizzard Arena. We're gonna have an amazing time here tonight, and I'm really excited for it. So first, we're gonna kick things off with the 2019 Talent Takedown, presented by my personal favorite network, T-Mobile. And then, later on tonight, we're actually gonna play some of the craziest game modes you've seen, picked by you. That's right, picked by you, the voters, in the All-Star Arcade, presented by State Farm. You asked for 6-on-6 McCree. We got you covered, so you don't gotta worry about that. And then throughout the night, we'll get to see some of the best Widowmakers in the league go head-to-head in our 1v1 tournament. 3 words, my friends: Jonak on Widow, and then we also have Pine. It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to see that one. All right, but first, the Talent Takedown. Now, here's the thing, this is no joke. All right, I was on the losing end of the Talent Takedown last year. And you know, I'll tell you this much, that's why I haven't been around all year. I was embarrassed. Puckett defeated me. How could I let this happen? It was a painful memory. But regardless, we sat down with the players for some very serious analysis. Let's hear what they had to say.
Monty, Doa, and Hex are on my team? And we're expected to win?
Yeah, Brandon Sideshow.
God, we're gonna have to carry.
We have to carry hard.
We're gonna have to carry.
I'm not sure who tilts more, like Uber or like Michael Jackson in that video where he like goes all the way like down like
Smooth
this.
criminal.
Yeah.
I think the person that'll tilt the most on their team is definitely Doa.
Puckett's a gold level Doomfist one trick.
Mr. X doesn't communicate to his team anyways.
When he tilts, he just shuts up, much like he does on the broadcast.
Summer's got the fresh tats. He's gonna be worried about the way he looks.
I don't know how he's gonna perform without you there to carry him.
All I have to do is put the pressure on Hex, because then he'll go mute everybody else on the team and just play Tracer, and then we win.
I'm most excited to take on Monty.
Yeah?
I think like no one loves to talk more than he does.
I'm definitely not sandbagging this year. We're just gonna be bad.
So what are you planning on playing in this Talent Takedown? Anything. I can play anything. My SR it has no bounds.
We bring the history of the Korean ladder.
I don't heal as Mercy. I only kill as Mercy.
Petit Mercy?
Battle Mercy, exactly. Yes, I'm Battle Mercy.
Danny Lim, I love you, Danny. Your main tank is gonna get smashed every time they put you in the front line.
제가 듣기로는 뭐 소이 선수 또 브렌지 선수 좀 대충 봤을 때 그냥 그렇게 피지컬이 뛰어나지 않은 선수들이 많이 있다고 듣긴 했습니다.
I'm actually scared of Zoe too for some reason.
So last year I said that I would be wearing Doa like a sock, and I did.
She's the wild card of the bunch.
Mr. X is gonna make a real good Zoe-sized bodysuit.
I'm gonna carry Monty. I'm gonna carry the rest of this team.
It's okay to feel bad that I'm better than you.
I'm playing with these guys, and I'm still confident.
너무 질질 끌지 말고
This duo is taking the title. Undefeated, 2 years running. It's the golden stage. No, it's the platinum stage. No, we're in the diamond stage, baby.
All right, well, let's see if these guys can put their money where their mouth is. It is now time for the Talent Takedown, presented by America's Network, the one and only T-Mobile. Let's go ahead and welcome some of the players to the stage. First out of the tunnel, So macho for his own shirt. So macho it hurts. And the flexograms. You got Semler and Hex. He is the son of Zeus, the brother of Hercules, the slayer of nerds, as well as the Prince of Pound, the prophet of punch. It is Uber and Puckett. He is the only silver Korean in this competition and the original bloodthirsty Zenyatta. It's Danny and Doa. She is probably the only person who enjoys playing support for her team, and the man that let his fans dress him. It's E-Monty and Mika. It's the Vanilla Thunder and the 2018 Talon Takedown MVP, Switzerland's least neutral export, Zoe and Achilleos. The man with the steeliest looks in the Overwatch League. And oh wait, who's that? Who's that? Is that who I think it is in the Blizzard Arena? It's the Brenji, it's the Britomaker, it's the Brenyatta, the Breinhardt, it's Wolf and Bren. And finally, the man who claims he's from New York, but seriously, look at him. And he can cure world hunger, the greatest feeder of all time, Mr. X and Sideshow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Atlantic and Pacific Talent Takedown teams. All right, starters, go ahead, take the stage. We got to get on with this thing. For now, let me ask Puckett and Uber to come up here. Gentlemen, hello. Lots of excitement, obviously, emotions running very high here. Puckett, you're taking the mantle for me. I was the captain of the Atlantic team last year, and now you're donning the captain title. Are you prepared? How do you think that this Pacific team measures up to you?
You know, Golden Boy, first of all, protect the mic. Protect the mic like I'm protecting the throne tonight. Yes, I won on Pacific, but I've been training with Lackish Bobby, and we're on Atlantic tonight. We're ready. We're dropping the bits in the chat, and we're dropping more W's on the stage.
Wow. It's a person who works in a talent industry. I can't believe he grabbed my mic. Okay, Uber, my friend, a lot of trash talk over here on the Atlantic side. Pacific team, any exploitable weaknesses on the Atlantic team?
I think every individual on their team is exploitable. They don't even like playing with each other. Anyone who's seen their stream knows that they're going to be boomed in like 3 seconds, and that's me snapping the finger because they're going to disappear.
Woo! All right, gentlemen, take the stage. Don't let that fool you. That wasn't very friendly. A lot of hatred in between that. All right, so before we get things started, let's establish the rules for the Talent Takedown. And conveniently enough, this is going to be the segue for me when I go up there and commentate. So here's how it's going to work, because it's very, very simple. We're going to start things off with a little bit of that good old-fashioned lockout. We're going to have some fun there, then make our way over to Escort. We're also going to have some control. We're going to play a lot of games, and it's going to be a good time. And somehow, some way, I managed to make it all the way up here to the perch. I'm really looking forward to this, but let's jump into this and introduce your commentators. Me. And we have Super standing by. Super, how you doing, bud?
What's going on?
All right, so we did it. Here you go. I'm going to take that to the side. We're going to make this work. We're going to make this happen. I'm excited. I'm nervous because, I think that Puckett is not going to rep the Atlantic Division very well.
Yeah, I had the, depending on who you ask, the misfortune. I watched some scrims yesterday. They're going to need to bring the A game today because I wasn't seeing it yesterday. I was not inspired. I'll be honest with you, Golden Boy.
Wow, but what was inspiring was your guys' victory against the Titans to take the Stage 2 championship. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Now that we've had some time in between, how do you feel?
you know, it feels pretty good, pretty surreal. People call me bad, but you know, I'm here, so who cares?
Hey, man, all the respect to you, and congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
And the San Francisco Shock for taking the title there. But here we go, the map set. We're going to start off with some Lockout. It's going to be Necropolis to start things off, and this is going to be a first for us. We're going to have Lockout on the Overwatch League stage.
Yeah, they actually probably have more experience in this than I do. You know, not really my area of expertise. But you know, they can get a little bit creative. They have some interesting compositions that they can run out. Apparently, there's a gentleman's agreement of no 3-3.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll see how creative we can get here.
I don't know what's going on with Monty's outfit, but
yeah,
the boy needs help. The boy needs help.
It's a new look. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this pans out. Now, remember, folks, the way the Lockout works, you play your character. If you end up winning, you can't use them again. The losing team gets to use their characters once again. So we're going to jump right into the action. Here we go, and Puckett already going to get the pick on Miko's using the Mercy, which is really painful there because you're going to... If they win this, they're going to lose out that Mercy, but it is not looking very good for the Pacific team here, Super.
Yeah, you know, the composition coming out from the Pacific, I can't say I understand the strategy behind it. They have the Orisa, they have the Roadhog. Maybe they're looking for some pull hooks there, but unfortunately, they lost 2 immediately, and now, yeah, there's another one going for the Brittlemaker as he takes out Mr. X.
The Brittlemaker gets the better of Mr. X. That's gonna bother him so much. It's gonna probably won't have to show his face around ranked for a little while. Puckett gets the pick onto Wolf. That's gonna leave Danny and Uber is the last player standing here in Sideshow. It's shades of what I saw last year in that Talon Takedown Sideshow as Lucio just pushed right into the back line by himself.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, Uber and Danny, they're going to have to look for a miracle, and he just fell over. So Danny's on his own here. Maybe he can get some pulls into the pit, but he's, yeah.
Oh, no, it is not looking good for the Pacific team as Atlantic Division takes the win.
Sacrificial Zen.
What's the pause?
They still have.
Oh, pause? You need a pause after that? You need a break?
Danny, I see you look at me. You were nothing. You were nothing. Achilles, I love you when you're so hot. You wish you were in Contender's career, boy. Get out of here.
I really would like Bren to put some pants on. I think that's the most important thing.
I think we can play. I think you can play Orisa Hog again, and then what we'll do is we'll probably play like the. You want to play Pharah, Seth?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll get on the Moira.
Good strats here.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll play some kind of like.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey guys, hey guys. That was your takedown tactics presented by T-Mobile. We jumped in with the Atlantic and Pacific players as they're getting ready for this next round. If you're just joining us, we're starting with the Talon Takedown, the Atlantic Division. To be up 1-0 here.
They sound quite confident. Yeah, Pacific, they seem a little bit defeated, but you know, maybe they can bounce back here. As you see, they're going for the same strategy they had last round. Didn't really work out, but they have confidence in it. Seems practiced. And then at Division, they have their, you know, no healer minus Brig. I don't know how this is going to work for the Atlantic Division, I'll be honest with you, Golden Boy.
Yeah, they're running with a Moira and a Mercy. Mercy going to be pocketing and working alongside Achilles. Hopefully Mika can keep up with Achilles in the sky here. He's got to get up to the high ground, and if Achilles keeps putting this pressure like this actually could force maybe some of these players to...
Sideshow on the flank almost gets Mika. I think Atlantic here, they're relying on their playmaker, Brenji. The famous, infamous, you know, whatever you want to call it. They're relying on him to make a pick there. As you see, our nice stats producer lost 500 SR by grouping with Sideshow, known for throwing regularly.
Yep. I can say on stream, and this happened the other day, we lost 5 games straight, me, Bren, Sideshow.
I apologize.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I was the low ranked player.
They're having some troubles here. Like I said, not really sure what the strategy is. Looks like Sideshow's going on a mean flank here, off screen.
I mean, it's just a lot of responsibility for Zoe to just keep them going, and Doa needs to be careful here as well.
I must say, I'm not very impressed with what I'm seeing out the Atlantic Division. They start off strong. I'm not inspired right now. There's no creativity going on here. Very little strategy was put into this. The first round, I was inspired, I'll be honest. But this round, I'm not feeling it.
Well, it's just that they don't really have the supports to work with them, but 16 seconds before that capture area unlocks. And with this Pacific lineup, that actually is going to be a really strong hold for them if they could just bunker down with that Orisa.
I don't even know if the Atlantic Division could cross to the point. Brenji's looking for a play here as he tries to slowly approach. They actually teleport to the point.
Uh-oh,
The
they're
Atlantic
gonna be on
Division.
it. Oh, they gotta get on it.
Oh,
Oh no! They had everything.
the classic Charlie Niner.
That's, oh man. You hate to see it happen, folks. As Super says, the Charlie Niner.
All part of the plan.
Let's get some shield break. Let's get a bunker of our own.
All right.
Yeah, let's run bunker comp.
I say 100% dive.
We go
100% full dive?
Well, we can't. We don't have wins.
We don't have it. Go.
They still have every hero available.
I accidentally got Farah.
Yeah, we did.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let me go fast. Let me go fast.
Mercy. Don't disappoint me.
I will.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they seem quite excited with what they're doing. Pacific Division, you know, they're still sticking to the strategy.
The puck fist is out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but Achilles is going to punish Monte Cristo right away. Puckett, he's going to have to back up, but he's getting absolutely melted. And they end up losing 2 players there. So the Pacific Division changing things up a little bit. You got Mr. X on the McCree. They got to get a win here, Super.
Yeah, you know, Atlantic Division, they sounded quite confident, but I don't think they really had much, you know, all they said was bunker. That's about all I heard. So honestly, they might have let their hubris get to how low. They get 2 here, so now it's a 4 for 4. And the Atlantic Division does have a Mercy, so they can res if they need to. This could be a clean sweep if they can get a res off.
It's looking very likely. Doa dangerously low, and he's going to have to rely on Soe to keep him going here. They're going to pick up another one. Mr. X is going to be out of the game. This is it, folks. It's going to be game point here, 2-0. If Atlantic wins, that's it, GG. The tire might be ready. Is Brennan going to go for it? The ambitious tire. He's trying to win it right here against Uber. And he's, oh, it gets blocked, but it doesn't matter because the Atlantic Division will pick up the first win. Unbelievable stuff there. A 3-0 sweep from the Atlantic Division. But we're going to go to a break. When we come back, can the Pacific bounce back?
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Talon Takedown presented by T-Mobile. You have Golden Boy here alongside, now joining me, Dogman. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you going, boy?
You know what? now that you're here, I feel great. I
Yeah.
mean, I love Super. Super's fantastic. You have a phenomenal month.
But I'm better. That's what you're saying.
Well, I don't want to like pick sides here. I just think it's nice to have you here.
He's Pacific, I'm Atlantic. So.
Ah, there you go. So, hey man, this stage, you guys had some pretty monumental moments. Taking out my guys in the NYXL. That one crushed my soul, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just how it has to be, Sometimes you got to take out the top to be the top. So
that's right. To quote my buddy Avast, sometimes it really do be like that. All right, so we're gonna jump into the action real quick, and we're gonna have some substitutions on the field. We'll see who's coming in and who's going out. So it's gonna be the macho one himself, Semler, coming in for Mika. And yes, he ripped his sleeves. I don't know how he accomplished that task without ripping the rest of his shirt.
it actually looks pretty delicate. Like he took some scissors and did. It's not like he like hulked it out, but he just magically got it like that.
Yeah, it's very clear that Semler put a lot of thought, and he really wanted everyone to get a peep at the gun show. That's really what it was. All right, well, let's look at the map set. We're going to be going over to Gibraltar. So not the Lockout Insanity, but Dogman, let's talk about Lockout real fast, because a 3-0 sweep from Atlantic, they crushed them.
Yeah, no, Atlantic just took over. I mean, somebody from Pacific, like you mentioned, really needs to step up. They need to take over and be the emotional leader for the team, because right now the wind is out of the sails and Atlantic is just taking the 3-0 and just looking dominant right now.
Question is, could it be Semler? Got a lot of tilted faces there.
Yeah.
A lot of somber eyes, a very heartbroken squad.
I think it comes from the Aussie. The Aussie and Uber, he really needs to bring it up, the motion.
Right? That's what I'm saying. The second you know that Mr. X is making the calls, you have a problem. All right, so here we go. It's going to be Gibraltar, and very much looking forward to seeing this one, seeing what these players are going to opt to run. And they, I think like without Mika being in this one, that dedicated support, who's really going to take that mantle? And it seems like Uber and Wolf. So I watched a few of their scrims. Last year in the Talon Takedown, Uber was our main tank.
Yeah.
And he then since got moved to support for 2 reasons.
He's been flexing to it. I mean, it hasn't worked out, right?
Yeah, no, you kind of have. Danny's actually been playing a pretty good Reinhardt. I was checking him out. One of his recent games, I think they were scrimming on Volskaya. I was pretty impressed with Danny.
Yeah. It's kind of odd because they both decided to stick to Reinhardt's for a map where I would think would be better for a more mobile, but Bren immediately.
Bren just dominating Achilleos right out of the gate. The Widow v Widow battle. Interesting stuff there as Puckett's going to punish Semler, who looked to dive into the back there. And there's going to be all these players here just exposed currently. That's another pick there. Bren manages to secure it. That's going to be 2. The Brito Maker stepping up big time.
What did Brent eat for breakfast? Because he's actually insane. It must have not been something he cooked himself. But then Danny falls immediately.
Hey, maybe it was your shrimp and grits.
Yeah, the burnt bacon really gave him that extra zest he needed to pop off. But Achilleos.
A little crispy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Brandy's got his eyes once again on Achilleos, but he's able to tag Wolf.
This is beautiful. This is slight work for Bren right now.
Dominating. I can't believe I used that word to describe Brennan Hook, but that is the world we live in.
Oh my God!
You can't peek, Achilleos. You can't peek. You should know that the sight's up.
Bren's playing like he has wall hacks on 24/7. It's on the rest of his team to really throw this right now, but Pacific Division trying to put forward Bren!
He just picked off Semler as well. This is insanity. Brennan Hook, ladies and gentlemen. He's labeled as the Brenji, but we should just change that to the Brito Maker because he is dominating right now. Oh! He is slapping. He's slapping. It's like the Pacific team just came out of the womb and he's slapping them on the bottoms.
I'm in awe. This man. I've never been so attracted to the Widowmaker before. Bren's insane. He's on another level. The Pacific Division needs they got a better hope that Achilleos can start getting some picks, because right now Bren is 10 to his 0.
This is not looking good for the Pacific team.
Oh, Doa feeding a little bit. That was a little questionable. But Danny with the shatter. Maybe he can do something here. Soul Shatter on Sideshow.
Sideshow's by himself here. He's got to get out of there. He's going to be dangerously low and ends up getting punished for it. That should give them an opportunity now to push. They have that numbers advantage. Some ults are going to be online here. Bren utilizing the Infrasight once again, but
look at the flank. Bren on the flank. He gets a
kill immediately. Brennan Hook is doing it. I cannot believe it, but Pacific, they will be able to capture the point. Oh man, so they managed to bring that payload forward, and they do get the first point there. Pacific showing some life here, Dogman.
They have to right now. I mean, the only way they're going to win this is seemingly by cheese, but by getting the C9, by getting the back cap. I mean, Bren is just on another level right now. They're going to have to shut him down some way, somehow. Maybe a Winston swap after he uses Shatter?
Well, this is a good opportunity. They have 2 players down, and that one player was Sideshow, who has Grav online, so they can get some more free push. They also have Danny with this Earth Shatter, so look for Danny to really be that potential playmaker if they do decide to utilize that ult here. Let's see, and Achilleos now starting to heat up, picks off Puckett, who maybe got a little too ambitious as that Doomfist in the back line.
Well, as we mentioned, Monte Cristo now and Winston, but both DPS and Pacific sitting on high ground. I mean, there hasn't really been a single fight for the Atlantic Division as Monte Cristo jumps right on the cart in the middle of them, and Graviton surges out, but they don't get any follow-up.
Yeah, they do manage, though, to pick off 2, and that's going to be a good run here for the Pacific team. But then, just as I say that, Puckett tries to neutralize things, taking out Wolf. Isn't going to be enough, though. Will get picked off by Achilleos. He's the hero that they need. He gets another. He gets 3, and Achilleos is popping off. He is not going to be outdone by Bren today.
Achilleos is standing up. He's pulling a classic Dogman by yelling at Carpe on the other side, Bren, sorry, on the other side. Really amazing Widowmaker 1v1. Bren back onto Widow after he swapped.
And a good push here as well. They're really just trying to own as much of the real estate as they can, force back the Atlantic team, and Puckett punishing Semmler there.
Oh, and the teabag!
That's
Puckett's getting a little spicy. Semmler tried to go on the flank, but that just gave Atlantic some nice momentum as Achilleos gets picked off as well.
Bren will have a lot of open air to work with.
And this is where he needs to get back that momentum he had from first point, as Puckett really opens things up. Really taking over Bren's role right now. As he just ults in, he just goes into the back line. I don't know if that's the best play at this moment, but by all means, if it gets you the pick off.
I've learned not to question Puckett's Doomfist. You know, he does whatever he wants to do, and if you try and tell him to do something, he'll get very mad at you. So I just let him do it.
Yeah, and he's really being the leader right now that Atlantic needs, as Bren has kind of fallen off after that second phase, but now they're kind of stuffing the doors. They've got the spawn camp coming out.
Ooh, and Achilleos picks off Bren, who was out in the open, had 0 protection. And there goes Danny pushing up here, punishing 2 players, Monty and Puckett, excuse me. Back to the spawn room they go, and they should be able to get this payload around the corner, which will be very nice for them here. Some more progress. And with the way that the game has started, I'm just impressed that we're even in this situation.
Yeah.
Semmler gets the better of Puckett there with the visor, and now Achilleos is just going to play in the overhead and try and protect.
Yeah, Bren's trying to bring his team back right now. His Pacific Division got some nice momentum going forward. Monty just charges back on a cart with a Transcendence of Valkyrie, but is it enough as the Graviton Surge gets Mr. X and Danny, and it gets Mr. X actually?
Yeah, but they look at how much they spent for that one, right? They had to come out of the gate with both support ults, so that is going to set up the Pacific Division. At the very least, give Mr. X that opportunity maybe to take advantage with that Graviton Surge. There's really no one that can stop them. You just got to hope that Monty kind of sort of throws.
Yeah, it's on Achilleos and Mr. X to get that Graviton Surge, and Monty to kind of inch into the backline. But Bren with another pick on Semmler. The consistency that Atlantic has brought with Bren on the Widowmaker has been outstanding.
Yeah, I think point 2 happened so quickly, right? That, you know, the second part of the Streets phase that Bren really never got an opportunity to set up. But once he gets that moment, it's very clear that he does very well, though.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs that space, but the grab's out from Mr. X, as you mentioned earlier, and it looks like the entire Atlantic Division side is stuck in it. 4 down immediately as Bren's resurrected. Now Bren, he needs to get a pick on someone. He needs to look for a squishy. Otherwise, it looks like it's over for the Atlantic side on defense.
They got to move right away, and bear in mind, you're going to have, and Bren takes out Achilleos in the distance there. He's patrolling, and he's looking around to see if he can get someone else, but they won't be able to protect Bren long enough there. Players are starting to fall. The Atlantic Division is starting to crumble. I think they were hoping that they were going to play Lockout again, but it ain't going to happen. And Pacific managed to bring the payload all the way to all 3 points. Let's go and jump into the takedown tactics with the Pacific team, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Easy peasy squeezy.
Just defend him here.
Easy.
I just wish we had some opponents.
Well, now Brent, now Brent's not going to have line of sight advantage on Seth anymore, so they might change comp. Like, if Brent is running Widow, he's not going to have line of sight advantage against Seth, so they might not be running it.
Don't put it past these guys.
Brent is stupid, and he will keep running Widowmaker no matter what.
Just play solid.
He is just going to keep playing Widow, isn't he?
Yeah. Who was our opponent, Ryan? Was that Monty?
Yeah, it was Monty.
We want.
You couldn't even tell, right?
No. If we want, I mean, because they don't deal with aggression well, right? So we could have Wolf play
so
Lucio. We have, like, at the end there, we probably could have had Wolf play Lucio and probably as a sped boost in.
Okay. Yeah, do you want me to start it, or do you want me to keep it?
Yeah, we're live right now, just so you know.
If Puckett, hey everybody, what's up?
I mean, they're really playing the anti-NYXL comp right now. Like, they're like focusing on the Jonak of the Atlantic side, which is Bren, because his Widowmaker has been phenomenal, but like, it's really just on the Atlantic team as a whole to bring it back, but they might be focusing too hard on Bren right now. Like, his Widowmaker is a big problem, and they're sort of just acting like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's very clear that, you know, despite the, like, Bren is finding angles, right? And Achilleos should be happy with how they were able to bounce back. Achilleos and the entire team on the Pacific end should be happy with how they were able to rally, but, you know, you can't sleep on Bren, man. I will say, though, the Monty on the tank role has been a little rough. He hasn't really had a lot of luck, and he's doing the best he can, but you can definitely tell, like, Danny's put in that work. And as far as that, you know, front line role there, Danny, I gotta say, very impressed with him.
Danny's been phenomenal, but can he keep his team alive from this Bren Widowmaker right now? Bren not taking the best sight lines, taking it a little slow.
He's trying to get a little cheeky here with his sight lines.
Yeah, he's gonna have to take some more aggressive sight lines, but it looks like Pacific's just entirely playing around Danny's shield right now.
Puckett! The puck fist jumps right in and it shuts down Achilleos. That opens the floodgates for Bren to pick off Danny, so they have no Ryan. They're gonna be able to push this one up freely, the Atlantic Division.
That was slight work by Puckett. Really good job, Bren, taking those angles. Like I said, they were focusing too much on Bren, and in the meantime, out of nowhere, Puckett came and he destroyed the Pacific.
Cannot sleep on the puck fist.
No, and he's actually going in already.
Yeah, he is just, you know, Doa likes to say he's a bloodthirsty Zenyatta. I mean, ain't no one more bloodthirsty than Puckett on the Doom, who picks up 2. That's going to be a stop onto Wolf and Danny, and the players of the Pacific Division are just falling apart.
Yeah, no ults needed, and it just seems like Puckett is just going in consistently over and over into the Pacific backline, and they're not getting any support, to be honest with you. I mean, Uber is getting destroyed by Puckett into the backline and not getting his sleep darts, crucial sleep darts that are needed to hit on a Doomfist to make him not do any damage. And unfortunately, Puckett's just not getting shut down right now.
Yeah, that's a stop, though, on Doa, which means it could slow things down for Atlantic. Achilleos does have that great high ground position. There he goes. He's diving right in for it.
Oh, nice armor pack.
Tries to protect himself there. Uber's trying to get out of dodge, and he's going to get protected. Puckett's got to close it out, and he does manage to secure the kill there. And then he's going right in for some more picks, and that's going to be 3 members down. Semmler, though, using the 76, by the way. I don't know. I had an extensive conversation with Jake last weekend about 76, and he's not a fan. I wonder if, you know, that's just part of the game plan here.
What is this Graviton Surge? Can actually follow up on it? It doesn't look like it. That was a weird one by Mr. X, but couldn't save it here. Achilleos, the only one on cart, doesn't look like it's going to save much. 5 minutes and 44 on the clock.
Yeah, they are making exquisite time as they get to the final point here. And it has really just been Puckett surprising everyone right in the back line. Every time he gets that first kill, and then it just opens things up to allow Bren to follow up with another one. And I think what's been more impressive is usually that first kill that comes in has been on Danny. Danny has not been able to get the protection to stay alive. He's really been punishing him big time.
Yeah, this map's been a little bit of an underperformance from Danny for sure, but Semmler with attack visor, kind of questionable because they're not even around the corner yet, but it does some shield damage. Could be enough, but a grab is out as well. Can they get the follow-up? And it looks like they do because Bren gets Achilleos and a shatter!
Fat shatter from Monte Cristo. Shuts everyone down. There they go. Very well done. Semmler just went in as quickly as he possibly could, and they're going to protect the door here. There goes the drop. Puckett. He's going to just stomp onto Achilleos' head, and that is a crushing defeat there on that round for the Pacific side. Atlantic Division looking very strong, but let's see if the Pacific can bounce back. Atlantic, look at Puckett, the puck fist. He's flying. We'll see in a little bit. All right, so Sideshow doing his best Dogman impression there, clearly. And also, man, be nice, dog. You know, it's just,
yeah, what the heck, man? All it takes is a few nice words, you know? Be nice to the fans, right?
I just want everyone to know, too, throughout the commercial break, reading all of those tweets about Bren is only going to gas his head up so much that he's going to think that he's legitimately great. And we are now setting ourselves up for failure in the long run. You understand this, Dogman?
We have to be honest, though. We have to be honest.
I know, he is shredding. He is shredding.
He's been on another level.
Oh, man, and then a big play here from Monty, who's been a little off this game, but right here, he ends up getting slept, woken up. He's, I'm going to go for the shatter.
Honestly, if I was Uber right now, I'd be furious. Why would you wake up a sleeping Reinhardt that has a shatter? What is wrong with you guys?
Oh, man. All right, well, here we go. Okay, if Pacific do decide to run a little bit of that pirate ship bunker, you know, maybe just, that would be really fun.
A lot of it depends, to be honest, on if Wolf can heal more than he can do damage, because he's like the main heal in this group, right?
Yeah, this is going to be very rough, but let's see how this works out. For the Pacific team, they only have 1 minute now to get as far as they possibly can, and given how it went last time, they needed way more than a minute for them to cross around. Even this first corner, Doa's going to get the first pick on Achilleos.
Doa with a nice right click on Achilles, then Iba Semler with the immediate trade back onto Monte Cristo as Zoe resurrects, but Semler with another pick. He's just sitting in the back lane, he's a turret. He's waiting him to walk into him, but bucket.
Oh, that is unfortunate. And look at that, Mr. X getting on out of there. But look at the way things have been shaping up for the Pacific team. They have been struggling to keep their tanks alive, and you ask that question, you know, like, is Wolf going to be able to keep everyone going in this game? And it's certainly been a challenge, but they've been slow, incremental progress thus far, Dogman.
It's really been quite interesting. And Semler sets up in the very aggressive positioning, but like we said, Wolf just pocketing him, and Semler gets Sideshow. Wolf's doing a phenomenal job.
Is no one paying attention to Brent? Is no one paying attention to Brent? Finally, he gets picked off, but that was all that free push that they ended up losing there. That's unfortunate.
I mean, that's a mistake from Bren, if I'm going to be honest with you. Bren could have been going after the healer, but instead he just decided to right-click over and over again on Semler, and it wasn't enough as Bucket on the flank.
Uh-oh, they're going to have to challenge this one. They got to push this. All right, there you go. So now the push starts to come in here for the Atlantic team. They're going to use their Falcons. Here comes, he gets shut down. That is unfortunate. Semler read him like an open book. But the Atlantic Division, they're trying to keep this fight going, and it seems like Atlantic Division will be able to stop them here. If it keeps on going like this, the shatter comes out from Monte Cristo. They're gonna delete Wolf, and it's really Mr. X who's gonna just try and dive and dip and dive and dodge all around, but Bucket comes in with the Doom Fist. Achilleos, he's too big. He's too big. They're gonna see him. It's not what is going on.
Clean up your kills.
This is a cluster of carnage. And for some reason, Achilleos is still in this one.
They're on the point.
I can't believe what I'm seeing, Dogman. They're still in this fight, but there you go. All is right in the world, and that's as far as they managed to get. That was as much of a clown fiesta as a clown fiesta can get.
I've never seen so many flanks go on at the same time.
I think the flankers were flanking the flankers.
It was definitely mind-boggling. I feel like I've been to 3 dimensions at the same time.
You saw all 14 million ways that it'll end.
And
None of them were good.
It was 1 out of the million. And fortunately, it actually worked out for Atlanta because they stopped them before the second phase.
Yeah.
With pretty good time on the clock as well.
Yeah, they have 4 minutes and 45 seconds to work with, and the Pacific team, this is it, man. You don't want to go. I believe we're going to play all 3 though, straight out. I think we're just going to do all 3, but really, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't. But at the same time, like if you're Atlantic, like after you win 2, you might get a little too confident. But this map's still not over, so it's like up in the air. And you know, Wolf, to be honest, has been phenomenal on this Baptiste because his immortality field has kept his team alive in crucial situations.
It's true. It's true.
So I've been pretty impressed with their bunker comp, but they try to switch it up, I suppose. Obviously, keep Bremstall on that Widowmaker on the Atlantic side. He's been really doing some hard work, and that's what really kept them in that 445.
Well, and I think that if Mr. X does opt to run the Sombra here, which obviously is going to happen, that he should be really just trying to like put that pressure. Oh, and Bren's going to switch things up, so he's going to play the Brenbra.
Okay.
Brenbra. Yes,
all right.
That's what he's called it.
He's mirroring Mr. X. Maybe he's taunting him, saying that my Sombra is better than yours. But no speed boost to come onto the high ground. They try to take some space, get the poke, and Bren again with the early pick on the Wolf. He's not even a Widowmaker.
Wow, and look at Zoe here, keeping everyone alive, using that legendary skin for All-Stars. Oh, it's actually a really nice Mercy skin there, but look at this, just great work being done by the Atlantic team. They wiped the floor with Pacific.
Yeah, Sideshow really did a good job at staying alive, but most importantly, yeah, Zoe keeping him alive in that situation. But look, Pacific is just getting staggered right now. Danny, just fall right now. You're taking too long to die.
Danny's in a world of hurt. Goodbye. And that is some more push that's going to come through for the Atlantic Division. They could basically just gatekeep them here, prevent them from being able to come out with the way that they're playing. Wolf over to that legendary Atlantic or a Pacific Lucio skin. Really nice stuff, but I don't think it's going to be enough there. Doesn't matter how nice your skin is. If you ain't winning games, it ain't going to matter here. And Dogman, this is looking dangerous now for the Pacific Division. There goes the EMP, really just for due reason. That is it. Zoe with the pop-off.
Hey guys, they tried. Give them some credit.
Oh, I stood up too fast. I'm going to faint. Whoa.
Okay. Oh,
it's Monty! It's Monty!
Crystal.
The play of the game, baby! Here he is! He charges it! He gets hammered! He hammers back! He swipes him! He dices him!
Wait, I see back at the end of this. Watch.
Tea
time, that's so good.
Perfect. That is fantastic. Hey guys, congratulations. I'm going to sub myself out for Hex.
I think that was more of a tactical crouch, but we'll find out when we come back.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Talon Takedown presented by T-Mobile. Golden Boy joined once again by San Francisco Shock's very own Super as we get into our third and final game of this competition.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Pacific team, they're kind of just outclassed. You know, Widowmaker, he talked the talk, he walked the walk, he showed up. He came to play today, Golden Boy. He popped off. He said he did exactly what he said he was going to do, and I can only respect it.
Yeah, There's really nothing else to say. He did it. I thought that he was lying this whole time. I mean, I still think Bren is a compulsive liar, but still, regardless of that, he did play really, really well. And I'm going to give him a ton of credit. There he is in all his glory. He's so ridiculous that he couldn't even put Bren on his jersey. He just had to put Brenji. You know, it's not his like in-game name, but you know, we'll just glance past that one.
I think you can see the difference in Brenji's face compared to Achilles over there. And here we have a sub coming in. It's Hex coming in for, I believe that was Sideshow. Yes.
Okay, smart idea. You get rid of, you kind of trim the fat, get rid of Sideshow, bring in Hex.
Yeah, definitely the weakest link that I saw from that dominance from the Atlantic team.
This is true. And this is a smart substitution for the Atlantic team because Hex, he's I don't know if you see, right? With his beard, he has become evil Hex now, right?
Of course.
So he gets angry very quickly. So,
that adds to his power level.
Exactly. Now you don't have to worry about it. If they lose this game, it's whatever. They still won 2-1. They can have angry Hex, and that's okay. That's okay. But I'm genuinely surprised that a team that consisted of Bren, Sideshow, Doa, and Monte Cristo won. That is just.
I mean, if you look at the faces here across both teams, like the Pacific team, they don't look like they're having a good time. I mean, look at Wolf right now. He knows he got mentally boomed. He's getting outplayed every time. and the Atlantic team, they're probably gonna keep that pressure up. I expect them to fully dominate this third map, Golden Boy.
I would like to think that, but I think that I think it's going to be a toss-up because I think we're going to see some throwaway compositions on the Atlantic side. I think Pacific are going to try so hard.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and it's not going to work.
If I'm just being honest, the Pacific team, they're ugly, they're sloppy. The plays I'm seeing out of them, it's just I'm not impressed. I need to see more creativity fast if we're going here onto this third map. Otherwise, they're just going to get rolled.
It's been Struggle City, population 7 for the Pacific team, but we're going to go to Lijiang Tower for our third and final game. So Lijiang will be the battleground. Control is the game type, and I think we're ready to go. You can see there the Atlantic team winning games 1 and 2. But here we go. Final matchup of the Talent Takedown. We're playing all 3 out. It's more of like a charity than it is an actual competition,
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that the Pacific team, their strong suit is Control. They look like they're going to be going out here with a classic throwback here, going back into 2017 here with this comp. The Winston, Diva, Zen, Lucio, Genji, Tracer.
Yeah, one could say Doc Brown is their coach because they're going back in time. I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Maybe
come on, back to the. I forget.
Yeah, what can I say?
The generation gap is just.
So here we have Puckett on the fair. I bring out some nice spam, but it appears the rest of the Pacific team, they're rolling out through the white room to take position on the point.
Ooh.
But Puckett, those rockets going right down the hallway, takes out Semmler immediately. So this domination just continues onto the third round, and Bren takes out Uber as well.
Where is the protection there as well? This is just abysmal from the Pacific team. Puckett gets the boot off of Wolf. Wolf's supposed to be doing the boots, but instead it will be the Pharah that sends Lucio packing, and this is just really
I would have
rough.
expected the Pacific team to roll out towards the dojo side because they want to dive. They want to dive cross, but they swapped it up. They're getting more hit scan. They completely swapped their whole. And there we go. As soon as they swap to McCree, they get a pick on the Bren. Maybe he should stick to his Widow.
Yeah, well, that's an opportunity for the Pacific team to try and take advantage and challenge and get on to the point here.
Achilles walks into a wall, a little bit of trouble going to the door, but that's okay. He'll make it through eventually. Hex with the pulse bomb. Looking for a pulse onto the Zen. Flings into. He sticks to Zarya.
Oh, he does manage to get the stick onto Mr. X and brought right back Zoe Puckett thanks to Zoe now, and they just wipe them yet again, Super. This has just been Puckett. I mean, I wish he played like this when we played ranked together.
Yeah, he's currently standing up. That's why he looked AFK, and he yelled at the Pacific team. Probably called them ugly and sloppy players, as he should. Bren, time for the third most final blows.
Wow, that is horrible. We should. Oh no! Oh no, Bren! We'll be happy with you that you survived that one.
Yeah, Achilles, he seems like he's having some trouble going through that door with or without contention, so maybe he'll have to work on that.
So we were just told by production that he now will like to be known as the Wrecking Ball. Okay, so I realize that Bren just manages to find a way to fit BRE into basically anything that he plays, which is, you know, not very creative, but...
And the Pacific team, their struggles continue. They get, you know, they had a pick in that one fight that Achilles got onto Bren, but they couldn't seem to capitalize. However, we have 7 here with a tactical visor. Can't really seem to find anything. He's
no.
walking a 1v3. He's probably going to go down here, but the heals from Wolf keeps him alive.
Yeah, hate to see it. That was a rough tack visor there from Doa. He got no value out of that one whatsoever, but they start to get some of the kills. Monty's gonna go down. Pucket's gonna be picked off in the sky. And this is looking good here for the Pacific team. They just need to flip this one. They gotta pick off the breaking ball? I can't even keep up with these shenanigans anymore. But they do make the flip happen at the 11th hour. Better late than never for the Pacific Division. That's their motto.
This could be the start of a big turnaround here because Mr. X coming up on his grab. So and the Atlanta team has no support ults, no trans to counter it. So as long as Hex doesn't eat this grab here, which considering the way the Pacific team has been playing, I would say it's a 60% chance the grab gets eaten. Just because I'm not impressed with anything I'm seeing. Puckett goes for an even more ambitious res coming out of Zoe. You know, I thought it was going to be an ambitious initiation, but the res was something else, and they win that fight with relative ease, Golden Boy.
Yeah, I think, you know, that they were not expecting that. Puckett kind of telegraphed that one there, went in for the barrage, but they could see that one coming from a mile away. You don't have to be a fortune teller to tell that was coming.
Ults here coming up for the Pacific Division. They're closing up on 6 ults soon. Atlantic still only has 2. If the Pacific Division, if they manage their ults here properly, they can actually take this round. But that remains to be seen. Maybe Bren will deflect the grab here and wipe the whole team as the Bren does. Mr. X looking for the grab. Backs off, sees the Diva, no Matrix. The barrage comes through from Puckett.
Oh! Wow, and he ends up punishing on that one. He's gonna go right in for it. There goes the Graviton Surge. Hex is gonna be out of this one. Zoe, very weak as well. And Semler does get the better of Hex, who is in Baby Diva form. And that is another win for the Pacific Division.
They did use a lot of ults, but it seems like if they get these staggers late here, it might just be the last fight anyway. Monty decides to take a leap off the map, as you do. And now, we're coming on the final fight here, which the Atlanta Division, they won't have their Rhine for this. This could be a problem here.
I think we're seeing the setup happen.
I think Bren.
If Monty gets the shatter, you can see Bren.
He's looking for the blade here, dashes the point. Sees Achilles. Scared to take the 1v1.
Dangerous territory now for the Pacific team. The Brenchi goes to the back line, picks off Achilles, but his teammates are dying all around him.
Uber goes AFK on the point. Maybe to talk some trash, even though he already lost the series. I wouldn't recommend that, Uber.
It wasn't gonna happen.
They secure the round.
There you go. All we do is listen.
Yeah, just listen. All right, let's see what do we get next.
Do you need a mouse? Do you need a mouse? On the far one of these? I hit him with a full volley. You need him with a shot.
All right, so they're gonna play Doomfist here. They're gonna play Doomfist. This is a good Doomfist point.
Yeah. Or the May. We have to be worried about the cheese.
Yep. Yeah.
They might try to cheese us because they're not above that.
I could go May. Yeah. I have played May.
No, I think
let's stick with this. Let's stick with this.
If anything, we could use a Brig. I don't know if you want to
I think we need the healing.
Do you want me to Brig?
I mean, we could have like
That was your takedown tactics presented by T-Mobile, and it seems as if the Pacific team was right. Atlantic Division busting out the fresh Gouda.
You
They're
know,
gonna have the cheese.
I just want to say, Semler, you know, I just scolded Uber for, and then Semler continues to trash talk, even though they lost the series. You know, it holds more weight when you actually win and or are winning. But here we go into the first fight. May walks out from Bren, gets deleted, and Pacific 2 kills already. But Puckett with the Doomfist takes out Danny.
I think they just need to be cautious about Doom, right? Puckett has a very good Doomfist. They cannot allow him to have free reign around the map, because if they do, that'll basically be it. You know, not to say a pun, but it'll spell doom for them.
Yeah, I agree. Puckett was actually my player to watch coming into this Talon Takedown, but it was actually Bren who stole the spotlight. So, on to our next fight here. Bren, frontlining here on May, almost goes down. Maybe go with your team, Bren. Not solo queue here. Come on.
That's what Bren does. And I think that if the Pacific team were able to get this kind of coordination in Gibraltar, clearly they were struggling on the escort side, right? Coordinating around the payload's always going to be a challenge. They do get that first pick on Danny, so no tanks, no heals there as Uber goes down, and now...
And there's the Puckett Doomfist I was looking at. Gets the pick on the Uber, misses his ult, but it's just cleanup on the point here. And the Elite Division flip the point back, 33% for the Pacific.
Well, let's see now how this is going to work out. A good wall there, by the way, from Bren, isolating the tanks, but there was no punishing. He could not...
the brace.
This is not looking good, though. Now as the Pacific team starts to come in yet again, Achilleos gets the kill onto Monte Cristo, and Danny, Fire Strike on Doa. Players just going down, and the Blizzard was out, and
Bren is in their backline by himself. Not sure what his plan here is. Oh, they know that he's here.
I mean, if he gets a kill here, that'll be great, but...
Wait, he can't escape this. There's no way.
Nope.
And he falls over. Yep, that's more like it.
Point gets flipped yet again for the Pacific Division. Atlantic do have some tools to work with. Puckett has been building up his ult very quickly. Could see the Meteor Strike maybe, or...
So again, we have another grab here, this time from Hex on the Atlantic Division side. They have no Diva, no Trance, no Genji. This should be a free grab, a free team fight win here as long as he doesn't whiff it. Walks out, almost beams Achilleos. Puckett with the Doomfist, takes the engage.
I think he wants to try and go for a space jam potentially. Semmler, attack visor up above. He's going to get the kill onto Bren there, and that's going to be him perched up on the balcony. They couldn't punish Zoe, who picked the revive on Puckett. There goes the Meteor Strike. The grab is already out, but Puckett lands right onto Achilleos, deletes him, and that's going to leave Danny by himself, and he's going to have to get on out of there.
He takes the great escape. He slips right out of there. A sliver of HP. Someone by himself. Oh, he gets run down. But not a bad fight. Even though the Pacific Division lost, they did burn a lot of time off the clock.
He's sitting at 80% right now.
I'm really looking to see what Danny can do with his Shatter in this next fight here. Shatter, High Noon, only 2 ults on the board for both teams in favor of the Pacific Division. If they win this next fight, this could be the map, but Puckett on the flank.
You gotta watch it.
Punches Danny in, goes for the engage.
They've done this a million times, but finally they punish him super. Puckett has dived in, and look, Bren is in the back as well. He switched out of the May. He's
Killing
playing that
for a High Noon
Tracer.
here, it appears. Goes into the white room.
Out.
He knows the Tracer's behind it, looks like.
And
He's looking for him. Takes the 1v1 with Bren here, who's gonna win this one. It's more of like a 2v1 now, but he decides to walk away anyway.
This is good. This is looking really good for the Pacific team. They might be able to get this one, and they flip the point. Only a few more percentage to go, and then that is going to be it. Pacific will win, and in their minds, they would have won the entire Talon Takedown with the way things have been going.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in this game, it's not about how you end, it's how you start. And, you know.
They may not even be able to get to the point here, Super. They're getting locked out. The grab goes down. Pacific
Big shatter
team.
from Danny.
They do it.
Pacific Division, despite some ugly performances in their first 2 matches, probably some of the sloppiest performances I've seen in all my time of Overwatch, they managed to pull it together for the final map. They actually, they win, I guess you could call it a competitive series, even though it was already over.
It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish if you're the Pacific Division. But the Atlantic team will win 2-1 in the overall Talent Takedown. I'm sure for Pacific, they're only going to care about this win right here. Wow. Okay, that was a thing we all lived through.
I think this is good for the Pacific Division's team morale here because they were getting stomped on. You see, they have the crowd cheering for them. It's more of a pity cheer, but you take what you can get. It's really good because now in the next time on the Talent Takedown, they know that if they bring this gameplay that they've had in the final map, maybe they'll make it a closer series next time.
Super. I'm very much looking forward to you breaking down all of their games on stream, on your stream. I'm very much looking forward to that, bud.
Well, you know, I don't know if there's much to break down, honestly, other than Brent popping off, hugs being exchanged.
I really just want you to just scold them the entire time.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen 100%.
For everything.
I'll be honest, there wasn't much impressive. there wasn't any impressive plays. Brendan Sideshow celebrating. Probably the first thing they've won in a long time. I've seen the rank streams. It's
well, I mean, they're British, and it didn't, you know, unfortunately, it didn't come home last year, so they had to find a way to make it work, you know.
That's true.
Puckett and Zoe, though. Puckett and Zoe undefeated.
Remain undefeated. That is true.
Remain undefeated. And your winners, the Atlantic Division. And Bren needs to put some pants on. I think it'd be for the best. or you just put him behind everyone else. For now, though, we have Malik down on the floor. Got to ask him about his pants.
Everybody, I am here with the Talent Takedown T-Mobile MVP of this year. We got Bringy here. Everybody give it up for Bringy. And the Atlantic squad were able to take the W. So, Brent, I got to ask you, man, going into this matchup, what was the game plan to finally get the Atlantic team here at the Talent Takedown a victory?
So I played about 5 hours of Widow headshot-only lobbies a day, just to hone my senses. And then I just kind of played against gold players to simulate the actual conditions that we were playing against across the board. Other than that, I mean, I just played my game. I knuckled down. I worked hard, and eventually I got the win. You know, exactly. I mean, I've been wanting this for quite some time. Last year, got the loss because the other team got carried by Johnny. This time, Johnny's not around to save them. So you know what happens. You come in clutch with the Widow. That's what ends up happening. We get the win. That's how we do.
As a top-tier Widow player, man, you postulated the possibilities. Boo. All right, last question for you, man. Do you think you've gotten the respect as a Widowmaker player after that? What team do you want to go to now? Because a lot of teams are probably going to want to, offer up a spot for you on their squad, man.
So, again, I'm open to any. Florida Mayhem, I know you guys are struggling recently. Washington Justice as well. Valiant. I'm available whatever. Starting salary is probably going to be around 200K when you're putting up performances like this. So, yeah, I mean, again, available whenever. Just reach out to me. I'm available. I can also coach your Widowmaker players if you want any tips.
All right. Well, on that note, everybody give it up one more time for our T-Mobile MVP of the Talent Takedown and the Atlanta squad. We're going to take a quick break, but coming up next, we've got dueling Widowmakers, so don't go anywhere.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.